Hey guys, my name is Melly, and I just wanted to tell my story. How I know God is real. I know a lot of us question whether He is or He's not, and we spend our time being occupied with our daily lives and our jobs and finances and a lot of other things like that. The first time I found Christ in my life was when I was 18. It was 10 years ago. And what happened was that I was friends with this kid I knew when I was, since I was 15 years old. I knew him for about 3 years. And we were really good friends. And then one day he just gave me a dirty look, and I didn't know why, and he wouldn't talk to me. And I found out from one of my other friends that his mom actually called my mom, and she was calling my mom because she needed help because he was beating the shit out of his mom. I found out from a friend. My own mom didn't even tell me. And so what happened was that he beat her until she was black and blue with bruises all over her arms. And I was talking to my friend about it, and it was just really brutal. And obviously after that I didn't want to be friends with him anymore anyways. So that's what happened. My mom had to come over twice and to stop her from getting hit. And my mom didn't want to get involved like that. She thought that she should have called the cops on her own kid, but she didn't want to do that. And then my mom felt guilty and responsible if anything would happen, and she didn't help someone because she's that type of person. So she went over and helped her those 2 times. And later I did get a little mad at my mom because she did, you're putting me in a bad position now. And I'm glad you helped her, but at the same time, it's her own son, and that's her responsibility. It's not our job to get involved in his life like that, or her life. And I did get annoyed because I said, he gave me a dirty look at school today, and I can't avoid him. He knows where I live. He knows my schedule. We were friends for 3 years. And I was afraid of him, honestly, because if you're willing to do that to your mom, what are you going to do to me? Especially the way he looked at me that day. I'll never forget it. So my friends kept on being friends with him, even knowing this. And there was a little bit of tension there, because it's I know you don't have a problem with him, but how can you be friends with someone who hits their mom? But this was when I was 17 going on 18. I'm 28 right now, so it was 10 years ago. And I've never told anybody what happened because I was really afraid. And what happened was me and my friends and I were hanging out, and he's still hanging out with my friends. We're all in that group, but I made sure to never hang out with him when I was alone. I never wanted to be alone around this person. And one day, we were at one of my friends' house, at her house, and everybody else left, our group of friends. There were 8 kids, and it was him, her, and I. And we started talking, and was talking about just getting my belly button pierced, and how I wanted it. And we were talking about stupid stuff. And we were sitting on the couch, and we were watching TV and stuff. And he out of nowhere, my friend, her dad was a doctor, so he had a whole bunch of needles, but they were packaged needles, syringes. And the kid grabs a syringe, he opens it out of the package and throws me down on the couch and sits on me and starts trying to stab me with the syringe. But he's 6 foot tall, and he's sitting on me. And I'm moving, and he lifts my shirt up, and I'm moving back and forth to try and stop him from stabbing me with the syringe. And I'm screaming for my other friend for her to help me. And like, what are you doing? And I'm like knocking his hand away. And I don't know why I never had a problem with her. I knew her since the 4th grade. And she grabs my 2 arms like that and pins me back on the couch. And he started like stabbing the shit out of me with the syringe needle. And he put his hand around my throat. And like I couldn't breathe. And at that point I died for a little bit. And it's like things went black. And I went down this deep, dark rabbit hole. And my head was hanging on like a fish wire string. And it's like I saw fire. And it was just burning up my flesh. And I could smell like my own flesh burning. I could see other bodies in hell. That's where I went. Other bodies burning. And the ones that have been there a long time were black and nasty. And they were screaming too, but it's like you can't even hear their own screams because you're screaming so hard and you're crying and tears are streaming down your face. But it's like the fire is right beneath you and your tears are evaporating so fast that you can't help it. And you're just sitting there pretty much helpless in pain, dying. And I get, I think he knew he killed me for a while, because then, he was probably dead for like 5 minutes. And then he took his hand off of my throat, and he started, he got off of me, and he threw the medical needle on the table, and he was like laughing, and she was laughing, and they were saying, oh, we were just kidding, it was like a joke. But like you saw on their face that they knew how serious it was. Like they knew, like, if I didn't wake up, they would have been charged for murder. And I got really scared, and I just grabbed the medical needle, and I started running backwards like this towards the door, just in case like he wanted to attack me again, because I was just like in complete shock and I couldn't really talk from him like strangling me. So I grabbed the medical needle like this and got ready to like stab him if I needed to, and I just ran out. And obviously I never talked to them again after that. But I know God is real because I saw hell. At that point I didn't believe in God, and that's probably why I got in trouble in the first place, truthfully, because I couldn't come to anybody for help. And I just got lucky that, we knew each other. But I bet if I was some random girl, that he definitely wouldn't have cared if I died. But I just wanted to tell you my experience of how hell was like. And I don't want anyone else to go through that. And that's why I'm telling my story, because I think it's really important to take into mind that Christ is real, and you don't want to make any decisions that are going to have eternal and long-term consequences. So after that is when I started getting into God, and I found the love of Christ later. But I'm just happy I survived that experience. And yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys more about the other miracles Christ has performed in my life. But that's one of them. I could say from a personal standpoint, I know what hell feels like. It's really hot and it never ends, and I was lucky to get out of it alive. So fortunately, most of us end up going there because I didn't believe in God at the time. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later.